Okay, so you all should turn to page 155 of your textbook, and what we're going to do today is explore calculating percents, parts, and wholes using our fraction strips and as well as proportions. So based on the definitions that you found, you should know that a percent means out of 100. Okay, so when we represent percents as a proportion, our denominator is always going to be 100 because percents are out of 100. So if you look at Keisha's rules, right, rule number 1 says that if you want to calculate the percent of a number, you should multiply the percent as a decimal by the number. Now the way we're going to model this for rule number 1 is through fraction strips and then through a proportion. Okay, so let's use the example for number 1 that we have Jordans, right? Jordans cost $125, but they're on sale for 20% off. So we want to know how much is 20% off of Jordans. So I'm going to go ahead and create a fraction strip that represents percents, and we know percents are always out of 100. So this is going to be 100%. My second is going to be my cost. Now, I know the entire cost of Jordans is 125. So I'm going to go ahead and write 125. This whole fraction strip is $125 because 100% of the price of Jordans is 125. Now, if I want to find 20%, right? How can I do that using the strips? Well, in order to break up this 100% into 20% pieces, I need to split it up. So how do I figure that out? I divide 100 by 20, right? And when I do that, I get 5. So I'm going to use this fraction strip. I'm going to split it up into 5 pieces, right? And each one is going to represent 20%. 20, 20, 20, and 20. When I add it up, I'm going to get a total of 100. So that is perfect. Now, whatever I do to my percent strip, I also have to do to the dollars. So I'm going to split up 125 into 5 pieces. So each one, when I plugged it into my calculator, is going to equal $25, right? So the same way that I split up 100% into 20% pieces, I'm going to split up 125. Now, I want to know what 20% of 125 is. So I'm going to cover up all of these and just look at this 20% piece. 20% is equivalent to what in dollars? 25. So my answer is 20% off of 125 is going to be $25. Now, I need to represent that using a proportion, right? I know I'm going to have 2 fractions, and one side is going to represent my percents, and the other side, like we use in our fraction strips, is going to represent dollars, right? Let's look at percents. What is the whole? What are percents out of? 100. So my denominator is going to be 100. What percentage am I working with? I want to know what 20% is going to be. So the number on the bottom is always going to be our whole number, the number that we're working with, the entire price, and the number on the top is going to be that piece that we're looking for. So we want to know the piece of 125. That 125 is going to go on the bottom, and the piece of it is going to go on top. Now we saw this during the last topic where what we use is the butterfly method to cross multiply. So what we're going to do is 125 times 20 is going to give us some number times x, and when we multiply it out and then divide by 100, we find that that discount is again going to be 25. So here we got 25, and on the fraction strips we got 25. So the answer is 20% of 125 is $25. That's how you would find the percent of a number.